Okay, hi guys, my name is Lillian Simiyu and welcome back to the Olive International Group. I will be taking you through our next series where we'll be talking about mental health. Hi everyone, welcome back. And as promised, right now in this episode, we're going to talk about relationships and how relationships can affect our mental health, how relationships can, for example, stress us. And I know everyone has an experience with this because you've been in a relationship either with your family, your friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. But before we start, I think the most important relationship that anyone can have is the relationship they have with themselves. So we're going to start with the relationship, say, for example, you have with yourself. How do you view yourself? How do you like yourself? What's the connection you have with yourself? And as we talk about the relationship we have with ourselves, we are also going to majorly focus on our self-esteem. We're going to talk about our self-esteem. Is it low? Is it high? And how can we improve it? So to start, yes, we're going to talk about the relationship we have with yourself. So the relationship you have with yourself is just basically the connection you have with yourself. And to know for you to even establish a relationship with yourself, it's important for you to actually know yourself. And some of the things that you can use to know yourself is what are your values, what are your interests, what are your temperaments, what makes you tick, what's your passion, what do you like to do, what are your dislikes. So that's the beginning place. So before you even establish a relationship with yourself, or even as you evaluate the relationship you have with yourself, do you really know yourself at the core? Do you know yourself as a person? And as I mentioned, do you know your values? Do you know your interests? Do you know your goals? Do you know what you're interested in? Do you know what you dislike? So straight on, we're going to go into self-esteem. Self-esteem is basically how you feel about yourself. How, for example, I feel about myself. I, as Lillian, how do I feel about myself? And if you highly view yourself, if you like yourself, if you appreciate yourself, it means you have a low self-esteem. But if you feel like if you don't value yourself, if you don't value your gifts and talents, and you don't feel good about yourself, it means you have a low self-esteem. So self-esteem, I bet, is everything. Most people struggle with their self-esteem, and sometimes you might understand why and sometimes not. But some of the reasons why people struggle with their self-esteem majorly is because of how they were brought up and their childhood. And if you grew up in a very critical environment where everyone was critical of you, when you did something, it was always wrong. Maybe if you came to school early, if you came at home early, it was a problem. If you came to school at home late, it was also a problem. If everyone was critical of you and no one actually appreciated and saw the good in you, there's chances that will make you have a low self-esteem. And also growing up, if you are not like a high performer in school, because growing up, school is the one thing that is used as a tool to show us whether we are smart or not. So if you did not, for example, if you're not the A student, as people say, there's chances that you might actually, your self-esteem might suffer as a result of that. Also, stressful situations such as relationship with your family members, with your friends, can also really demoralize your self-esteem. And straight on, we're going to go to why is self-esteem important. Self-esteem is important because it helps us to achieve our full potential. If you feel confident about yourself, if you feel good about yourself, there's chances that you're going to go and pursue your dreams, there's chances that you believe that you can do everything that you want to do. Let's say, for example, if you want to start your own company, if your self-esteem is high, these chances are that you believe you can start that company. But if your self-esteem is low, it means that you have some doubts, and maybe that will hinder you from achieving that. So having a good self-esteem help us largely to achieve our full potential, and it also helps us not to walk in inferiority, to be offended by other people even when we shouldn't. With that said, let's look at how we can improve our self-esteem and in essence improve the relationship we have with ourselves. One of the ways you can improve your self-esteem is by identifying and challenging your negative beliefs. If you believe you're not worth anything, if you believe you're not the best, if you believe you don't deserve good things, you should be able, the starting point is for you to identify these beliefs and challenge them. Where is it coming from? Is it because of how you were raised up? Is it because of the things that have happened to you? Or what? Then you challenge them, and slowly you can start to be better. Then the second thing is identify what is positive about you. Maybe you are the kindest person, maybe you are hardworking, maybe you are disciplined. There are things that maybe you don't like about yourself, but there's definitely something that you like about yourself. Maybe you like the way you look, maybe you like the way you do your stuff, your work ethic is good. Identify what it is that you as a person like about yourself. Identifying these things helps you to be confident in yourself, and helps you to look less on what you think maybe you don't have. Then build positive relationships. Toxic relationships can really have a bad effect on your self-esteem. So make sure the people you surround yourself with, whether family or friends or romantic partners, are people that actually enable you, people that support you and help you to be better, because there are actually other relationships that actually leave us worse than we were already are when we got into them. So surround yourself with people that can be able to walk with you this journey where you're trying to build your self-esteem. Then improve your physical health. Improving how you look and how you helps you to feel better. If you feel like you're struggling, for example, with your weight, and that makes you uncomfortable, then work out. Work on your physical health, ensure you're fit. That makes you to feel good about yourself, and in turn, it makes you to be confident in yourself. And then take on challenges. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid of failure, because I read a quote the other day that said that people who are afraid of failure or afraid to take risks do not deserve success, because taking on challenges enables you to grow, and you either win or you either learn. So there's no failure. So if you fail, the next time you'll be doing this thing with experience. So take on challenges, and that helps you to be confident, and also it helps you to grow as a person. It helps you to achieve your goals and grow as a person. So with that said, with that establishment that we have on the relationship we have with ourselves, especially our self-esteem, now we're going to go into how relationships with others affect us. So thank you, and this will be it for this episode. See you in the next episode.